Our focus on the program today is on marriages, relationships, and how couples are fared even during this lockdown situation. Our guest today, the ever pretty, forever young, the Edo beauty, Stella Damasus!
How are you?
Thank you so much, Stella. Thank you for being on the show today with us.
Good.
And I think what we will be discussing, like number one is the marital challenges in the lockdown period, two, the domestic violence in relationship, and three, managing home affairs as women. So again, without any further ado, I'm very sure you all know Stella, and I say welcome again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. So let's just go straight to the point, because I have the all 45 minutes for you today. Nobody, I said I'm not going to take any other guest. I want only my Stella. Anyways, so the first question today is, you're a popular figure who needs no introduction. And could you please give us the honor to know something different about you today?
Okay, so I am now a publisher. I have published my the first edition of my magazine. It's called Adiva Magazine, and I have two other clients that want to write books, so I'm also going to be publishing books under Adiva Networks. That's my publishing company and my media company in America. I'm also a certified marriage, relationship, and sex coach. I finished my schooling last year, and I have my certificate to show for it. So those are the things that I've been doing on the side.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that. So I know, like you earlier mentioned, that you're a certified relationship expert, and I know you're also a woman with local and international recognition, and you have won a number of awards in your running career. What made you excel thus far to have merited these accolades?
It's a matter of choice. I just chose to focus on work. I chose to work as hard as I could, just so that my children would see that it is possible to achieve whatever you want to achieve. I wanted to leave a legacy for my children. I also wanted to leave something behind that will make sure that my kids don't suffer. I wanted to be smarter than the other generation before us, and leave different things that will ensure that my children will get something that will make sure they live a better life. And in doing that, I realized that I had to keep working as hard as I could, not just in my job, but to spread my tentacles and see how far I can go in different countries where they don't know me, as well as my people, to see if my work alone can speak for myself, not just, she's a star from movies, Can I come to America and do other things and still excel? Can I do it? Can I work hard enough? And by God's grace, things are picking up, and I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that. And I must say, you've done absolutely well for yourself. Look at beauty with brains. Hey! I'm behind you. Oh, my God. Well done, Stella. Okay, so I know that there's a thick and thin face in everyone's career. Can you describe it?
A what?
There's a thick and thin face in everyone's career. That is, there are challenging times and all of that. Can you describe yours to us, for those who are listening that might want to take a toll from what you have to share?
Let me first start with the there was a time in my career where I was everywhere. I was doing a lot of work. I was making a lot of money. And then after a while, a lot of things changed, because every industry has a period of evolution. Things evolve, people evolve, and a lot of us stopped doing a lot of movies. We started veering off into other things, and there were new actors and actresses that came up, and all that. So that period for me was very it was very weird, because I was used to working from the time I was 15. I started in the industry when I was 15. So for me not to be doing what I love, and then, when you're in the limelight, there's a lot of media attention. There were different things that were being said and carried around. At that period, it was very painful for me, because I lost a lot of work, a lot of endorsement deals and all of that, because some people just decided that, they needed stories to write and everything. And within that period, I left the country because of my children for different reasons, for education, for health, and for other reasons. We left the country. So it seemed like I wasn't really in the industry as much as I used to be. But what people didn't realize was that we were in America setting up our own production company, going back to school, sorting out the children, raising the children, because raising girls at that age, you have to be hands-on. So I stepped away from the limelight to focus on family and education and other things. But that was a very difficult period for me, because at a point I started questioning myself, asking myself, okay, so who am I? If I'm not in movies, who is Stella? What is Stella known for apart from just acting? Now that there's no acting in front of me, how can I reinvent myself? What can I do with my life? That's when I had to sit down and start answering these questions and start looking for ways to engage myself, to expand my mind, to start growing different businesses, to make sure my kids were doing good in school. So I've had my ups and downs, but I always say that in your down moments when you're not working, use it to grow yourself,
Absolutely.
use it to build yourself, so that when you come back, it will be a different story. You'll be bigger and better.
Absolutely.
So now my movie Between is on YouTube. It's over 1 million views in less than 3 weeks. People are loving it and saying, oh man, she's back, she did better. But that's because in my worst moment, I decided to work on myself so I can be better.
Oh my goodness, Stella, thank you so much for sharing that. And I will tell you that that's
Thank
very relatable to me. I know someday, somehow, I would connect to you, Ask Me Stella channel, and share a part of my own story with you. But anyway, so we see that you have taken to professional writing. Has that been your norm or a newly discovered passion?
It's been there. I mean, I've been writing since 2012. Before I even left Nigeria, I had a blog, and then I started writing for 2 different newspapers. I wrote for PM News and I wrote for another newspaper for a short while, but I was blogging. But I didn't, because there was no social media that was really active at that time in the beginning of 2012 for me. There was no way for a lot of people to know. So there were only a few people that knew that I was writing. But when I moved to America, I decided to just make the blog more professional, and I just started writing more. And then I became a ghost writer for people. So there are a lot of books that people have written and released, but they don't know that I'm the one that actually wrote it. But my name is not there because I was a ghost writer. I was just paid to write. Yeah, so, and then I started writing for other people's blogs as well and all of that. Oh, my hustling. In America, you have to hustle.
Oh, yes, so no one is ready to give you $1.
Exactly. So all of my writing was hustling, and it paid off because it taught me a lot about the industry, and I created a company because of that, to God's glory. So.
Wow. Thank God. Glory be to God. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So let's just go straight to the COVID-19 business of the day.